All right, this is lesson 18. We're going to be drawing symmetric figures on the coordinate plane. So we've talked about symmetry in the last few lessons. Now we're going to be making different figures. They're not necessarily going to be shapes on the coordinate plane. So if you notice, I've already done part of this page just to kind of show you what we're going to be working with. So, I'm on page 98, by the way. This that was drawn down here was step B in number 1. Plot the points from table A and then draw the line segments to connect the points. So what I did was first plotted each point. So all the points in table A, and then I connected them with a straight edge. So that's what you're seeing here. We're going to do the other steps together. So it also says to draw line T, whose rule is always, whose rule is y is always 0.7. That means whatever x is, y is always 0.7. So for example, this could be like 1, 0, well, I guess, yeah, 1, 0.7, 0.5, 0.7. That just basically means that we're going to be having a horizontal line that runs through 0.7. So 0.7 is right here. The horizontal line would go right through here. And this line is called line T. And remember, if this was a vertical line, then x would always equal something and the y value would change. Okay, so I did step A, I did step B before I started this video. Now we have an empty table here. They tell us what to do with that table in part C right here. It says, complete the drawing to create a figure that is symmetric about line T. For each point in table A, record the corresponding point on the other side of the line of symmetry in table B. So basically, we have this figure down here. We are going to make a symmetrical figure across line T. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go point by point. The points need to be the same distance away from T down here that they are up here. So this first point, it's 2 boxes down from T. So I'm going to go the opposite way, 2 boxes up from T. Here's also 2 boxes down, which means I will go, I should go in order, sorry, I skipped this one. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes away. This one is 2 boxes, which means 2 boxes here. My next point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Okay, those are all the points. So first, I think they want us to create the figure, which means we have to connect the dots just like we did down here. And then I need to plot the points in the table. Again, make sure you're using a ruler, some sort of straight edge to do this. I can't make that one straight, sorry guys. If you guys are noticing noise in the background, it's because my mom is making dinner right now.
Hello.
Okay, so if you notice, it is perfectly symmetrical. I know I didn't draw a straight line there. I don't know why it wouldn't allow me to. And they're symmetrical about T, which means if I were to fold this paper in half, these would overlap perfectly if I were to fold along line T. Now I'm going to name the points. This, I think a lot of you might get confused because this line T is now here. This is not an axis, right? So my points are still how I'd regularly count the X and Y coordinates. So for this first one, we have 0.1 and then 0.9. And then for this one, we go over 0.2 up to 1.1. All right, I want you to pause the video and fill in the rest of these points on table B. All right, those are all of the points. Now, let's see what they are asking us to do down here. It says, compare the Y coordinates in table A with those in table B. What do you notice? Okay, so I'm just looking at the Y coordinates, right? So I see this one is 0.5, 0.9, 0.3, 1.1, 0.5, 0.9, right? So we're looking at all of the Y's, not looking at the X's. Okay, so I want you to pause and think for a minute, what do you notice when you compare those two? So I am noticing a pattern as I'm going like down. So the difference in the points seems to be the same. So the difference in these 2 points is 0.2, difference here, 0.2. The difference here would be 0.4. Difference here is 0.1. No difference here. When we go down, the difference is 0.2, 0.2. This difference is 0, oops, I skipped one. The difference here is 0.4. Difference here is 0.1. So I'm looking from this Y to this Y, this Y to this Y. And I'm noticing that the difference between each is the same. These change by 0.2. These change by 0.2. These change by 0.4. So the difference between the 2 points in table A and table B are the same. All right, now we're going to compare the X coordinates. So I want you to pause very quickly and look now just at the X coordinates on table B or table A and table B. All right, so you should have noticed that the X coordinates are actually the same. So here it's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. So the X coordinates in both tables are the same. All right, lastly, it says this figure has a line of symmetry draw the line on the plane and write the rule for this line. Oh, it has a second line of symmetry. Okay, so we've already drawn the line of symmetry here. Now I need to think, if I were to draw another line of symmetry, which means it would be vertically, where would I draw it? So I'm noticing that the very middle of this shape appears to be like right here. That's where, if I could fold the two in half, I would create a line of symmetry. Okay, they haven't told us that we need to name this line, so I'm just going to draw the line. And then they're asking, what would be the rule for this line? Well, when the line was this way, it was y is always 0.7. So I know this way, it's going to be x is always something. And when I look, it is the same rule for what it was for y. X is always 0.7.